Malo ika. Ni sambola vinaka, talo falava, malo lilei, kia orana, whakalofa lahi atu, malo talo hani, and a very good morning to you all. Today I'm here with Reverend Dr. Whiatunai Liwa-ana, who will be presenting with me. Whiatunai is a church minister for the Congregational Christian Church of Samoa in Sandringham. He's also a member of the Community Public Health Advisory Committee, or CFAC, for ADHB and WDHB. And he was one of the key members who supported us in putting together a Pacific Health Action Plan for ADHB and WDHB 2013-2016. But we're here today to talk about one of the programs that we work on the HVAZ Pacific Church's Healthy Eating Awards, and how it impacts and also contributes to the sugary drink-free Aotearoa by 2025. Okay, so just looking at the photo that we have up there, that's when we signed the Pacific Health Action Plan. That was signed at the altar in Reverend Whiatunai's church, but we have the representatives there from the DHB, Dr. Dale Bramley from Waitemata, Rachel Enosa from the PHOs, or the providers. Then we have two community leaders from Inwaola out west and also HVAZ in Auckland. It's showing that partnership with all the communities behind it, that we've agreed to work together in promoting healthy lifestyle and well-being. So Healthy Village Action Zone, or HVAZ, is a partnership program or a community development program that includes three parties. So Auckland DHB is the funder of the program, three health providers who work with our church communities, and a total of 42 Pacific Church communities within Auckland Central. This program is mainly founded around the scripture from the New Testament in John 10:10, I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly. So it's about abundant life. So the logo, if you look down, it's also based around the miracle that Jesus did in the New Testament, where he fed 5,000 men, not including women and children, with 2 loaves and 5 fish. Is that right, Reverend? Or the other way around? 5 fish and 2 loaves. There you are. Okay, so the three providers that we work with, Alliance Health Plus, ProCare Health, and Tongan Health Society. And within those providers, we have a community health worker and a parish community nurse that works with 14 churches. So 14 groups under each provider. So the initiatives that are within the HVAZ program, we started off with physical activities, so therefore it's training community people to be able to deliver physical activities within their churches. Nutrition, where we worked with Pacific Heartbeat, where they deliver the 2 days Pacific Nutrition program or the 9-day certificate in Pacific Nutrition. Smoke-free, health education with the parish nurses, and other new services that we've introduced into the program. For this particular presentation, we're talking about the nutrition component. So the main focus for us is around training community champions through Pacific Heartbeat, so that they are able to go through back to their churches, deliver cooking demonstrations, deliver the messages, and look at ways of creating a healthy eating program in the church. And the second one is about implementing 15 healthy eating guidelines, or this is looking at creating a healthy policy within the church and all the events and functions that they work on. So out of the 15 healthy eating guidelines, those are the first 5, making sure that there are colourful veggies in the food, how you cook the can of corned beef, because we love it so much, the canned fish, how to trim off fat from the meat, how to remove skin off the chicken, watering down on the coconut cream, taking salt off the table and less in the food as well, whole grain bread, fresh fruits rather than cakes. And we have in there water served instead of fizzy drinks. So that's one of the 15 healthy guidelines that we have. So this was developed by the HVAZ nutritionist at the time. And so in order for us to take this out to the community and promote it out to the community, we needed to put together a Healthy Eating Awards program. So this Healthy Eating Awards program would break down the 15 healthy eating guidelines for the communities to make it more achievable, easier for them to implement it and to be accepted by them as well. So the Healthy Eating Awards was about working with the churches for 6 months or more for them to select what are the 3 healthy eating guidelines that they would want to implement in the church, and then support them in doing that. And if they implement that for 6 or more months, then they would achieve the Bronze Award. And so we normally have a prize giving at the end of the year, or an annual event at the end of the year, where we award the certificates for the churches. So the second one, then in the following year, they could be working towards a silver award, where they take on another 4 extra healthy eating guidelines on top of the 3 to implement in all the church functions that they do. And then the gold by implementing all 15 healthy guidelines. So that's just a sample of the certificates that we do. It's amazing what technology can do. You just take a photo and then slot it in. That's why it's a bit blurry out there. But one of the learnings that we found from working with the communities is that when we sat down and worked with them to decide on their first 3 healthy eating guidelines, water as the main drink was one of the easiest that they could do, that they could implement first. So before, similar to smoking, where people used to smoke in the homes, in the cars, it's no longer the norm. You'll agree with me that it's no longer the norm that they smoke inside the house. Water is like that in the churches. Before, as you know, with Pacific, if we have visitors who come home and we serve them water, it kind of like lowers our reputation. So families, they try and make sure that they have biscuits and soft drinks to serve to their visitors when they come over. Now the mindset is changing. People are now accepting the fact that when they have lunch or when people come home, water is acceptable. So that's a good learning. So right now with our HVAZ 42 churches, that's the status we currently have. We have 7 groups who have implemented bronze in December last year. We have 20 groups who are sitting on silver, and then we have 15 sitting on gold. So I'm just going to hand over to Reverend Whātunai.
Thank you, Fili. Just listening to Barry Popkin before, and he said something about nutrition doesn't really work when it comes to sugar. And I think that's part of the theory as well. When we come to our churches, we can do as many nutritional meals, but church people still want to put more sugar and more salt into their nutritional meal. So one of the things we've done at our churches, especially my church, is we've made sure there are no more fizzy drinks that comes into the church when they come for church meals and church gatherings. And in order to do that, we had to find a replacement. So we had to buy spring water machines, but when half of the people didn't really like that, the children still prefer the soft drink. So what we did, we bought an alkaline machine, and we found that 80% of our children prefer to drink that. So they actually drink more water when it's alkaline water rather than spring water or normal water. For some reason, normal water is quite hard for children to drink at our churches, so we find that that's one of the things that we've done. We've invested in those machines, and it's working quite well. One of our biggest problem now is, although we have all our meals now sugar-free and everything, and drinks, we can't help them once they go to their families. So it's an educational program we're still trying to implement in the churches to teach them how important that is. And our next goal now, and I think one of the things I'm trying to advise HVAZ in this program, is that I see the target here for fizzy-free Aotearoa is 2025, and I think that's the same date for smoke-free New Zealand. And I think if we can make our churches and yards and also fizzy drink free, that way we can start moving the ball rolling along to try and get this sugar thing out of our diets. And lastly, I was just listening to one of the presentation after that regarding the tax, and one of the things I've noticed that the community is always missing from the voice of the people who want to push the taxation thing through. And it's very important now that we work with HVAZ, that the voice of the community is a lot stronger than the voice of individuals. So I hand it back to you, to Philly. Thank you.
Okay, and just to finish up, going forward, our aim is to make sure that all our churches become Gold Award churches, continue on with physical activities, total smoke-free, and link people to services, as well as other programs like self-management, parenting program, and living without violence, which are programs that they have asked us to provide for them, but there is a component of healthy eating, physical activities in there. So we're utilising those programs to keep pushing those messages of water. Thank you.